Hey guys, it's Sheepy, and welcome back to TF2. I am so excited with the new update and all this new stuff. I'm really looking forward to how TF2 shapes up in the future. Today we're talking about a very controversial subject. No surprise, this is Sheepy. This is kind of the nature of who I am, by the way, in real life and on TF2. We're talking about trading specifically and how sharking is not scamming. That's a very unpopular opinion, an opinion not held by most of the community. However, I'm willing to think that I can persuade you, and I'm confident to be able to show you a case of how sharking is not scamming. Very often people will go into trade servers, and I'll always hear this every once in a while. You'll hear this person go, and they'll go,
oh my gosh, Sheepy, he just offered me 3 or 4 or 5 less than what Backpack.tf is selling for, and this guy is such a scammer, and oh my gosh, can someone kick him? Can we all make a video about how Sheepy has offered me a bad trade, and we'll, post his name and his Steam profile, and we'll link him up, and then we'll all witch hunt him and scam him.
Remove him and give him a trade ban? Like, oh my gosh, this guy needs to get off of TF2. He needs to kill himself. Oh my gosh.
I wish that was an exaggeration. No, that was kind of an exaggeration. But some people out there, they just think that anyone who lowballs them and anyone who's a shark is a scammer and should be treated as such and should be removed from the community. And it's a very toxic mindset because sharking is completely different from scamming. And we're going to get right into that right now because in any conversation and debate, you got to define your terms. But I really want to let you guys know that I'd love to hear your opinion and your thoughts at the end of it because again, this channel, it's not just me, it's not just these videos, it's conversation in the community, okay? And I really want to cultivate that and continue to keep up the conversation with you guys even after the video, after the comment section, and even through Discord. So if you have a question or a comment, let me know via Discord, let me know via you here, and I'll be willing to reply and talk about it, okay? I even put this question on my Discord, and a bunch of people replied. We'll be reviewing what they have to think. So this is not just my opinion, okay? Alright, we got that? Okay, let's continue. Scamming is very obvious in how it happens. Scamming is this type of person that goes out, he offers you a trade, and then he'll go, your items, they're not clean. Why don't you give them to my friend who's a Steam rep advisor, he'll make sure that your items are clean, and then we can trade. You give your items to his friend, you never get your items back, and you get scammed. Or this person promises that once you give him your item, he'll give him your item, or his item, and you'll make the trade. You give him your item, he never gives his item back, or he never gives his item to you, you get scammed. The person offers you a sizable amount of cash via PayPal or via, Steam CD keys. You go, okay, you give him his PayPal, or give him your PayPal, he sends the money of $60 for unusual, you then charges back that charge, you never get 1 penny of that $60 that came into your account, or he just never sends the amount of money. You get scammed. It is infuriating and annoying thing that happens to quite a lot of people, and I'm really sorry, a lot of people out there I will go after because they scam other people, I'll waste their time. And I have quite a few videos talking about different situations where I've actually wasted a scammer's time and really talked to them about it. And it really gets interesting and really infuriating because you lose an item that either your friends gave you worked so hard to get to, or it's an expensive item that you bought and you were trying to do something good, make a wise investment, and you end up getting, walking and falling flat to your face, losing an item you absolutely love. So a scam is an illegitimate method or means to get your item, okay? And that's just really annoying, really frustrating, and can be really, saddening. So let's continue. Next is a shark. Now a lot of people will call sharking scamming because it sounds similar. However, unlike an illegitimate method or means to get your item, sharking is when someone finds a way to negotiate you down from your original price, or they'll go, hey, I see that you have an unusual, what do you want in my backpack? Let's trade. They'll offer stranges, they'll offer, maybe pro kill streaks or different weapons that are, pretty expensive normally, but are not anywhere close to what your unusual is actually worth. You'll then make a trade, both parties will be happy, no party had to lie to each other, and the trade occurs, and that's what happens, and later on down the road you realize you lost out on all this profit, but you might go, hey, I really didn't care for the unusual hat, and I got more items that I wanted. So ultimately, can you put a value on happiness and on value on satisfaction? I don't really know. But if we remove all the fuzzy psychology and the fuzzy craziness of it all, and we actually look at how the trade has occurred, you gotta realize that there is no part of this that's scamming, okay? Because a lot of people will point to the unethical aspect of it, but there really is no unethical aspect. Let me walk you through what happens in a trade. You send the invitation to trade to someone. They confirm, okay? So this is the first confirmation. You're both choosing to say, hey, I want to trade, let's go for it. You both choose a trade, you start talking and negotiating on what items you want to talk about and trade. You both then confirm to trade for those items by choosing them, and then you're both negotiating at a price. You're continuing to talk to this person. And then next, you both have to individually confirm that you're ready for the trade, and then you both have to accept the trade. So this is 5 confirmations from when you start the trade to when you end the trade. And then you don't even get the item. Then you both have to accept and confirm on your mobile devices or through email. If you're doing it through email, likely you have to wait between 3 to 14 days before you ever receive that item in TF2. So between 5 plus different confirmations from when you start to end the trade, there really is no reason where you can't go, oh dang, that's not the item I really wanted. Because back in the day, there was only one confirmation. You chose the item, and then you both agreed to it, and boom, there was no confirmation on mobile device, and you got scammed, you know? And that's where I would say, hey, you didn't have a chance to really review it. But this time, you have all these chances to catch your mistake. You have all these chances to realize what you did wrong. And again, a lot of people who are victims of sharking will point to the fact that they really didn't know what the item value was that they were trading. They won't, make themselves knowledgeable on those numerous resources that are out there on, marketplace.tf, backpack.tf, scrap.tf. I could list you tons more. They're not familiar with the prices, but they really don't care, okay? So if you're not familiar and you're ignorant with items that you're working with, real money, and then you don't really care, I don't really feel bad for you because you chose to do that. You chose to not really care, and you chose to kind of be somewhat ignorant, okay? So the responsibility lies on the buyer. Now, again, this is a very unpopular opinion because a lot of people will want to choose feelings over facts, and I just hurt even more people. This is not a great thing for me. But, you really got to be honest, because in the real world doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about what happens. And if you get scammed in the real world, unless there's the authorities or it's a real scam, you lose profit, you lose money, and it's more of a serious mistake. And the thing about TF2 is I think it's a really great primer for real life. If you make a mistake, usually it's a $2 mistake, usually it's a $3 mistake. It's not a $200, $300, $2,000. But the responsibility should be on the buyer, and that's how the real world works. Now, backpack.tf isn't really, it likes to use this whole entire philosophy of making it the seller's responsibility to do background checks, the seller's responsibility to make sure that the trade is fair. And I really don't think that's accurate, because as a seller, you should be the guy that's trying to make a little bit of profit. You should be the guy that's willing to negotiate and trying to get a good deal. And it should be the buyer's responsibility to make sure that he's getting a good deal and that he should negotiate and be okay with it. Because if he's ultimately okay with it and he makes the trade, it's the buyer's responsibility, not the seller's responsibility. Ugh. Back to TF. Why do you have to be like this? But anyways, guys, that is my opinion. That's my view on it, between the information and the confirmations you make and all of the changes that Steam has undergone to really promote a very safe environment. It's really responsibility of the buyer whenever you go to trade and make a trade, and the responsibility of the seller if he's trying to get a good deal, not the responsibility of the seller to make sure that who he's trading with is absolutely perfect and fine. That's just how it works. But let's look at more opinions than just mine. Yoshi1791, who responded to my question, said, in a way, I guess I can see why that argument could be made. I do agree that in a sense, no, it isn't scamming, since there are various ways that one could get out and check the price or suggested price for an item that they may be looking for to buy or sell. However, sharking seems to be something I've seen or heard happen to people that aren't too familiar with trading or haven't any idea what trading has to offer. Again, solid opinion. Next person comes from Pixelated Gamer, who says it's not really scamming, it's your own fault. If this happens to you as an experienced trader, but if you're brand new to the game, you don't even know the prices for the items, then in a way it's a scam. And again, what he's trying to say is, if you don't know what's going on, you really don't know you're getting scammed, and technically it is kind of a scam. But again, there are plenty of confirmations and ways to make yourself knowledgeable, so I kind of disagree with that opinion. And last one we'll look at comes from Slug, who says, in my opinion, it's the quote-unquote victim's fault for not being educated on the subject. And again, I fully agree. And actually, we'll look at one more, SpongeBob Pants, who says, it's not a scam, you need to be either living under a rock and not knowing about sites like backpack.tf and being gullible enough to fall for it. If you want to look at more responses and more opinions, you can check out my Discord, Sharking is Not Scamming. This will be only up for a little bit longer, and then I'll be deleting this part of the Discord. So again, I leave it up for a little bit, but if you have any opinions yourself, leave them in the comments below. Ultimately, with all this information, I have to tell you, and hopefully I've persuaded you, that sharking is not scamming. It may be a little questionable in terms of ethical, but ultimately in the end, depending on how it's done, and specifically the markets that can be priced, it's not a scam, and you shouldn't be reporting people for it, and people that are getting reported for it and wrongly banned. It's just not fair. Anyways, guys, I'm really excited to be making more videos. April is the month we're going to be booming. We're going to be in business. Be looking for more videos. Come on the Discord. Please come to the Discord. I'll be posting more stuff there. I love your faces, and I will see you guys very soon. Peace.